Good morning. Happy Tuesday. All right. So I watched the Married to Medicine season 11 reunion part 2 last night and again this morning. A lot to unpack. One thing I want to say though, I want to give a shout out to one of my subscribers on YouTube. Love Wins. Shout out. Shout out to Love Wins. She kind of made me change. Actually, she opened my eyes to the Sweet Tea Quad and Dr. G situation big time. Because she didn't like what I said. She didn't agree with me. Um, and she actually gave valid points that made me kind of put myself in the perspective of Sweet Tea and Dr. G. Now, I still stand by, I believe Quad was collateral damage this season, but I think Sweet Tea was collateral damage too. Um, I think that, well, let's go with the reunion. I'll get to that. So, the reunion opens still with Contessa and Heavenly, and Heavenly, Contessa doesn't like that Heavenly speaks ill about her and her husband on her YouTube channel, which I understand. And they're like close friends. So that's not okay. Like Heavenly, is that your idea of like friendship? To just shit on your friend's marriage and stuff and then expect them to be cool and okay with it? Like that's wild. Um Heavenly insulting Contessa's breast was wild. Like you know, that's Heavenly for you. That's Heavenly. That should be a tagline. That's Heavenly. She's a trip. Heavenly, you got a lot of fish to fry because you talk a lot of shit and then get real brand new when people call you out on it and then get annoyed about it. You don't like when people talk about your husband. You get real testy about that. So you should probably think about that when you're speaking on other people's marriages. Um, and the stuff that she was saying about Contessa's husband was messed up. Now, I don't like Contessa's husband. I kind of agree with Heavenly a little bit, but if that's my homegirl and that's how I feel, I'm going to tell her that before I tell the world that, Just, yeah. So the husbands eventually come out. Um, First of all, before that, so they show the husbands arriving. The women are still filming the reunion, and the husbands all arrive. All the men are together except for Dr. G. Production had purposely separated them because of the whole, I guess, restraining order, cops getting called thing. I might be making up the restraining order, but I know the laws were involved. That I do know. So Dr. G is all by his little lonesome in his in his little like dressing room, green room. And it's funny because he didn't like that, but it's like you call the police on homeboys. So a producer comes in and explains why they're separated. You could tell he wasn't feeling that, but they're moving off of you, boo. They're moving off of you. So the men eventually come out. I'm missing shit with the women. I'll come back to it. So the men come out and they immediately go into Dr. Damon and Dr. G's issue. I have so much I want to say about Dr. Damon. I like Dr. Damon. I think he's a handsome man. I love his disposition. I think it's awesome I think it's awesome that he's a successful black doctor, but he be protesting a lot when it comes to the cheating stuff. And it makes me wonder, like, do the man doth protest too much? I had to order my food. So, this is why I can't lose weight. I keep going to Hardee's every damn morning. Anyway, it ain't about me. Um, So Dr. Damon basically calls out Dr. G because he felt like Dr. G did not defend his character when the whole cheating allegation thing came out. He didn't like that. I understand where you're coming from, Dr. Damon, and I think he's finally speaking up because it's been brought up so many times. I mean, let's keep it real. That season where Mariah, do you want me to bring the receipts? That season kind of kicked off the shit. Um, And I'm sure he felt some type of way off of that. I know I would. I'd be like, what? So let me pause while I pay. Okay, and we're back. So Dr. Damon felt some type of way. Um, here's one thing I want to say. when they go back and show that clip, and then Dr. Damon asks Dr. G, and then Dr. G is like, "Man, I don't know what you do." I understand how Damon felt, but I also understood Dr. G, because I'm like, do they really hang out like that? Does he really know his character like that? I mean, are they like homies outside of the show? I don't remember that ever happening. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Um, so it's weird because I understand both of them. But then Dr. G was like, well, you know, your wife got on the internet and said that I was not liked in the doctor community, or not respected, I'm sorry, in the doctor community. And then she called him the scary P word with that ends in file. That's fucked up. And Dr. Damon wasn't really acknowledging it on the season. Now at the reunion, he said, yeah, he understood. What's funny though, I didn't like his response. I didn't like his yeah. I don't know if I believed it, because he seemed more concerned about the cheating allegations, which makes me wonder, But my thing is, these men obviously you can't control your spouse, but you can talk to your spouse, because the reality is Dr. Heavenly makes a lot of fucked up ass comments. I mean, that comment she made about gay men, I was like, wow. And these gay dudes are still around you? Okay. Y'all are better than me. If I was around a lady who thought I wasn't a real man because I liked men, I wouldn't be around that motherfucker no more. But that's just me. Dr. Heavenly is great TV. She's funny, but I think she got a bit of a character flaw with the way that she speaks about people sometimes. And for her to actually fix her mouth to make that comment about gay men not being real men on the internet really shows the level of hubris that she has. But we're not going to get into that. That was just my thoughts on that. I don't like that shit. I'll always side eye her because of that. That and the way she treats her friends. She's funny as hell. She can be brutally honest at times and unfiltered, which can be humorous. But it's lots of times it seems to be at another's expense, which is, not okay. But anyway, Dr. G had a point. Oh, I'm sorry. Dr. G had a point about the whole Dr. Heavenly talking shit about him online. Dr. Damon owned that. So Dr. G was not wanting to listen to what Dr. Damon was saying. He was gaslighting him. To me, he was treating him the way he probably treated Quad when they were married. But all in all, this is getting too long. Part 2 was great. It ended on something very real and very serious. Ain't no way I'm walking in this wind into the office with all that pollen and fuck that. Anyway, all that being said, the episode part 2 was really good. Part 3 is going to be insane. The way it ended with Simone and Dr. G, or Simone and Quad, I feel like that situation there was always going to happen. It's just blowing up now. The new lady, Dr. Mimi, real quick, really like her husband. Love the way she evaluated everyone on the stage. I think she hit the nose on the head, especially with Quad. When she said, Quad, I see grief. Quad is still upset about a lot of things. Isn't Quad a Pisces? Water signs, they're very, my dad is a Pisces, so I get it. Water signs think deeply and feel deeply. So, they just take a little longer to heal. Not a little longer to heal, but to process things. I respect it. I'm a Gemini. I'm air sign. We tend to be in and out of shit. That's my problem. But we ain't talking about me. Anyway, part 2 was great. Thank you again, Love Wins from YouTube. I love hearing other people's perspective, even if I don't agree with it. Me and her totally didn't agree on everything, but she definitely opened my eyes to a lot of shit, because I can be a condescending, arrogant asshole sometimes. So, but I'm not above being corrected. Anyway, part 2 was great. Can't wait for part 3.